My name is Ohad Asor. I'm the founder of a company named Decentralized Application, or DA for short. And we focus on non-banking decentralized applications, while our first publicized project is Zennet. And let me speak about Zennet today. Well, Zennet is an open market, free market, for computing resources, can be CPU, GPU, memory, disk, network, and so on. While people that need massive computational power will be able to run them from house computers, from domestic computers. Today, on industries such as HPC, high-performance computing, and big data, the bottleneck is mainly on the side of hardware. There isn't enough hardware, and it's very costly. On the other hand, domestic computers have all the powers we need. Just for giving some numbers, the largest supercomputer in the world is equivalent to, say, about 8,000 GPUs, graphic cards. Such 8,000 GPUs exist on every city, say, on every Western city. So we talk about orders of magnitudes, several figures over all supercomputers combined. This, of course, brings new promises to science, to research, to market research, and so on. Many have thought about such a crowd computing mechanism, and the most famous project that exists since 2004 is World Community Grid. World Community Grid is an academic project when people all over the world donate computing power for the sake of science. But it's not incentivized. They only donate. And on the other hand, not every researcher is able to use those powers. Not every researcher can fold their protein right away on study at home, on World Community Grid. If we combine it, if we compare it to Amazon Web Services, we have the opposite problem. Not everyone is able to rent out their hardware. Zennet is like combining Bitcoin, since it's decentralized, and World Community Grid, since we deal with cloud computing, and Amazon Web Services, since we give an instant ability to rent as much hardware as we want. This technology became possible thanks to several new technologies. First of all, of course, is the blockchain, which allows us to reach. Okay, let me speak about what here before I will go over to the next slide. Well, as we spoke, World Community Grid is closed for providers. Amazon Web Services is closed for bidders. Another point is the pricing mechanism. On regular hosting firms such as AWS, you don't pay as much as you use. You are charged also for fractional use. You can use, say, 10% CPU, and you will pay for the whole machine. On Zennet, because we assume that our providers need only massive computation, only thousands of computers, they don't really care if one computer is slow once they have so much. We can create a pricing algorithm which is based on time-independent variables. For example, how many CPU cycles were consumed? How many I/O operations are consumed? In addition, we present an algorithm to normalize the differences between the different hardware, since not every CPU cycle is worth the same between different computers. Not all computers work at the same speed all the time. On this case, we have a pricing mechanism which is valid only because we are able to assume that only massive distributed computations are in interest. This allows us also assume linearity, since the consumption variables, the unknown consumption variables we are looking for, they are basically linear because we look for accumulative atomic operations. So on this case, we are able to use linear algorithms, which gives us very accurate pricing. In addition, they promise us normal distribution, so it will be very easy to detect the outliers. Another difference is the virtualization technology. AWS uses the old generation of virtualization called hypervisor. A hypervisor is a software that emulates a computer. Inside that computer, you run the whole operating system, and that's what users get from Amazon. Of course, this wastes a lot because you have to duplicate the computer emulator, the kernel of the operating system for each user. The next generation of virtualization, and now in form of a product called Docker, relies on Linux kernel features called control groups and allows separating only the user space. One kernel for many users, and they speak about 30% more efficiency. So by all means, combining all those technologies together, this makes Zennet not only possible, but even much more preferred than AWS. Let me quickly go over this figure. We have a publisher and provider. A publisher is someone who wants to rent computer resources. They publish to the blockchain that they want to hire computer resources. They publish their IP address, and providers connect to them. Then they begin the micropayment protocol, the famous micropayment Bitcoin protocol, which allows frictionless and instant payments, even every second, without any friction of fees and so on. The provider sets up a VM and gives the publisher control on this virtual machine over SSH, just like Amazon, where all you get is SSH to a virtual machine. Natural questions that are being asked are usually regarding the security of the system. Let me go over this quickly. I see that time is going down. Well, some tasks are naturally verifiable, are easy to verify. For example, matrix inversion, a common mathematical operation that may be costly, but it's just numbers, and you can very quickly determine if the answer is correct. So for naturally verifiable tasks, we don't really care about risk. For more sensitive tasks, we can do replications. That's what the world community grid is doing. You can do the job several times by increasing your investments linearly. Your risk decreases exponentially. This way you get a strict control over your risk. Another technology we are developing is on the scope of provable computing. It's a new field on computer science which allows to really prove that the computation was done correctly. And the problem is that this is too much resource consuming that makes it uneconomical, but we work on a new mechanism today that allows us to prove only the resource allocation. So this way we don't worry about a very high usage, and still we are able to prove that the payment was really reached. Time up? Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure I'll go over this. I see the time is going down. I will just say that we plan to develop many applications over Zennet, such as decentralized file system, or decentralized video publishing, or a futuristic search engine that I would be happy to tell about them today, but we're out of time. I will be here for any questions. And we also speak about the services market, that people rent their professional services. Well, we are going to fund this project via a crowd sale, which will take place on, say, early November, and we will sell Zennet tokens on ridiculous prices comparing to the worth of the hardware they represent. And you are all welcome to reach me anytime. You all know me. I'm here for anything, for any question. Thank you very much.